Well, hello, everyone. It's me, your reminder that joy is serious business. I'm just telling you, because this show is about purpose and passion and never taking ourselves too seriously. Well, unless you have to. Okay, let's get into real talk. This is Entre Abuelitas, and I am your host and your abuelita Liliana Montenegro. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos semana tras semana. Thank you so much for joining us week after week, again and again and again and again, just like my grandson used to say when he wanted something more. I like that. Again, again. Let's do it. And here we go with Lily Talk. And again, I've been catching you up week after week about the comings and goings of my mom. For all you, my beautiful caregivers, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're hanging in there. Remember, you are the power. The power is in you. You are doing something amazing for not only sometimes one, but both of your parents. And we honor you. So keep on keeping on. This week, we visited mom, sister, and I. And let me tell you, it's so challenging because every time that you see your loved one, they are so very different. This week, mom was talking about memories. What we wanted to do is we wanted to just be there and make her feel good and loved and pretty. But most of all, we wanted her to be understood, because as the memory fades, and then all the past little memories, well, they come, but they come fragmented. They come in little pieces, and sometimes they come and go, and when they return, they are no longer the same. So it is up to you, the caregiver, the child, in this case myself, to fill in the blanks for my mother. And I'm going to tell you a little story just to show you the powers that we carry within. Mother had not slept for several nights, and in her anxiety, as the mind starts playing tricks on you, she kept calling out for my long gone dad and her sister. A short story right there. Her sister is 97 years old, is the oldest of 9, and my mother is the youngest. Well, we had not told my aunt, who is my godmother, what was going on with my mother, only because we didn't want to show her the process. We wanted to show her the progress and how well mom is doing. But we connected them. I called. She lives in Peru. Thank God she answered the phone. Mom had no words, as her words are becoming minimal these days. But her older sister realized immediately, because she's like 120, 200% there. She realized immediately what was going on as we spoke, and the moments went by, and mom was so very happy, had been calling her night after night after night. In her desperation, she needed to hear her voice. Well, let me tell you, the call ended. I was crying like a little girl, like I usually do, because you guys know I carry Kleenex everywhere I go. But when we hung up the phone, mom, sitting on her chair, fell asleep for the first day, and that was so joyful to see. So if your father or your mother, the person that you're caring for, is calling out words repeatedly, there is some intention in those. That I'm coming to find out. So open up your hearts, your minds. You have the power in you. And look, you know what happened here? This was the power of love. Because had she not seen her, had they not seen each other, who knows? Mom would still be calling out and not sleep. But no, the power of love united her enough so that she could rest. And that is happiness. That is such a happy, joyful moment to see her progressing and at least getting the little things that she wants in life. We are no longer sad about the situation. We are hopeful, and we're hanging in there. But I did want to tell you that associated with happiness and joy and just living your life to the fullest is where I have to speak of my guest today. She is of Cuban nationality, and she came to this country when she was 16 years old. She has a lot to tell us about that, her feelings, her emotions. I mean, we all come from such different and wonderful places. But the one thing that we have to remember is that we are not the country we left behind. We are the person we became when we left it. So let's move on and meet this amazing woman who is just full of joy. I mean, there is no place that you can go and find her that you're not going to be up on your feet and jumping and singing or just being crazy with it. She carries that happiness and that joy that she actually got from her native land. I present to you this amazing woman. She's a mother, an actor, a singer. Oh, yes, she's been in one of the best stages in the world, and we will talk about that. Is a good friend, an amazing woman. Not only that, you know who she is? She is a ray of sunshine. And today we invited her into Entre Abuelitas. Please welcome to our stage the amazing, la hermosa y preciosa Paloma Morales.
I'm going to carry this. I'm going to record your introduction and I'm going to just play it every day. Ay, qué
Oh,
linda eres. That's
ay,
amazing. Even though you're describing, I know, happiness all around. I give happiness como confetti todo el día. I do. I do. That's my life every single day. My goodness, but you were talking about your mommy, and I lost my mom to dementia. And there were so
three
many
years
moments
ago,
like
right?
that. Yeah, 3 years ago, like 3, 4 years ago, I was told her when she was fine because I was bringing her flowers and mommy, remember this. I don't visit cemeteries. Yo no voy al cementerio a visitar a nadie. Oh, I know that. So I'm going to be here whenever you need me, and
Thank
I'm going
you.
to be with you all the time. I don't regret anything that I didn't do for my mom. My sister in law, which I put her on the biggest pedestal because I know what it is to take care of someone who has dementia. Um, because there were some stories, and it's so funny. From the all 13 brothers and sisters that she had, she was the only one who had dementia. The 104 years
Wow.
old sister in Cuba, she had a better memory than you and I. The 98, that was the last one, the one that they say that she looked at me, at the Celia. She died after my mom. That was the last of sisters and brothers.
Wow.
It, beautiful mind. I mean, she remind every time I call her in Cuba, she will tell me stories about my childhood because I told you when we have a conversation that yes, of course, Lily, I do your podcast, that I left when I was 15, not
Hmm.
16, 15, and
Okay.
I don't remember my childhood. I don't remember my adolescence year because when I left the good memories and the bad memories. A lot of people went, "Oh, you should go to therapy." Mi terapia is the way I am every day.
Hmm.
Dancing, giving joy to people, talking to people, saying hi to people. Tried when get messages of a lot of people, they're depressed or whatever. I try to lift them up. I do. I do that every day. Lily. I do that. Last night I went to a quinceañera. I was the first time. I was the first one on the dance floor. I was the last one on the, that I left. I danced with young people. I danced with this lady who told me she had a heart attack a few months ago when I saw you
Oh my
dancing.
God. Okay.
I'm going to
Palomita,
get up with you. I said, vámonos, vamos, let's
Palomita,
dance.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. And before we go any further, I'm going to jump on the chair and dance with you. But time flies when you're having fun. You know that. So
Hmm.
I need to ask you just a couple little questions because you have more stories that we can handle in a year's
Oh my
show.
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is the thing that attaches you most to Cuba?
I think the music, the memories that I do have, it's about the sugarcane juice I used to have almost every day. That's why I tell people I don't have blood. I
Oh,
have sugarcane juice running through
oh.
my body. The smell of the waters around it, which is the beaches, the beautiful beaches. That's my memory, I think, mostly. But I think the music. I was in ballet for many years, and then my father put me in ballet because I love the Afro-Cuban beat and
Oh.
dancing. And I do. That's what I dance the most. But he
Hmm.
put me in ballet because he was a captain from the army. He was very serious. He was
So
very
let's talk a little bit about that. How is it that you left Cuba?
okay.
Whose idea? Mom, dad,
No, not
everybody
my
came?
dad's idea, due to the fact that he was a political prisoner. 'Cause my father was a captain from the other army for 27 years, but he
Mm.
never joined the forces of the new revolution.
Regime, yes.
Even though my grandfather, his father, got a letter from, I never want to say his name, but I got to tell you, from Castro, actually, when he was up in the Sierras, up in the mountains, and they asked him because all my uncles were military men, and he wrote a letter with a $100 bill and asked them to join the new revolution, the new era, the new thing. Join it because you are honorable military men, and of course they did. uh, and
Right.
uh, and it's a story that my father didn't get to be put in, he wasn't killed, or even though he had 27 trial, no, 11 trials. It was a
Oh my
27, but it
God.
was a military. 11,
What a waste of time.
yeah, 11 trials, but he defended himself when he was going to give him the death penalty. That's what I was going to tell you. The death penalty of 30 years in prison. He always showed the letter. Oh, but you, you're one in charge. It's told me that, well, I was an honorable military. So every year, December 31st, since 1959, he was in prison 3 years. He led the prison. He always cheer. Oh, this is the last year. We're going to have a communist country. We're going to leave soon because the Marines, I was telling Marine that, because the Marines are coming from the United States and liberate us.
The
Well,
Marines are coming.
the Marines are great. So when the years start coming up, and my brother was becoming military age. I think it
It
was
was time to
between
leave.
the year 13 years old to 27 or 30. I don't remember exactly. The boys could not leave Cuba. So at the beginning of revolution, he separated a lot of families because the mothers
Oh,
came with the boys, the fathers
right.
stayed behind with the girls.
Wow.
So I had a half sister, praise her, God bless her soul. She left at the beginning of the revolution. She went to Spain and then, to United States with her
Okay.
family. And she's the one who
Nice.
claimed it. So when my father noticed that the Marines were not coming
It was time to go.
and my brother was becoming that military age, so he wrote a letter to her and said, please claim, claim me as a father. And there was the freedom flights. And the freedom
Mm.
flights were only between, yeah,
Yes, yes. I
parents
remember.
and daughters, or
Wow.
son and parents. And so he claimed us and we all came.
Oh.
1971. One of the last freedom flights, not the last one, but one of the last
You know,
flights.
I was very lucky. Right before COVID, I had the wonderful opportunity to visit your country. I
Mm.
think it's a place that I will never, ever forget. The blue skies touching the beautiful, beautiful waters, the turquoise blue. People,
Yeah.
so very nice, so
Mhm.
humble, and so much poverty. I got scammed a couple times on the middle of the street, and my mom, I'm sorry, mom, you must be in my mind. My daughter kept saying, "Mom, don't give them anything." No, okay, they need it.
I
Even the
know.
person who was our tour guide and took us to this restaurant in the middle of a neighborhood. Oh, what an amazing, amazing day we had, and we
I
drove
know.
around in this old-fashioned, beautiful station wagon,
Yeah,
at
that's
a
what
beau
they sell the tourists. Come.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and as a Cuban, it really hurts me when people say, when you guys get your freedom, uh, everything's going to change, the culture way, the old cars and all that. I say, please, I want a McDonald's and In-N-Out burger in every corner in Cuba, because it's not about a poverty. It's about the lack of freedom that we have. You know how many
Mhm.
political prisoners are in Cuba because you cannot say anything about the government, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
No, we're not gonna talk about that because If we're going to talk about governments, we can start at the beginning of the alphabet and end with the last letter
I'm
because
telling you.
everything is upside down in this world. The
Yeah,
only
but right
thing
now
that we can trust is the man above
to finish this story, I just want to tell you that this is the last hope that we have for Cuba. It's happening, and we're
right
hanging
now.
in there, and praying. That's all we can do right now, and praying, because let me tell you, it's been lately hope, a lot of hope. And I don't want to mention anyone and
No,
all go
no,
into
no.
politics and all that.
Listen, all we can hope is for the best
Yeah, for
outcome
the
for the
best,
Cuban
for the
people.
best.
I have been there, and your land is amazing. You
And
are
our people
amazing,
are
and it is a shame that they cannot feel what they want to
exactly
dream as they wish, you know. We are here, thank the Lord, because we can still dream and we can still
my
get that
goodness.
dream here in America. And look at me, I'm sitting here, you and I talking about it because I am grateful. I am grateful when my parents brought me here very little. I am grateful because without this life, I don't know how things would have been for me.
I
We
am
were of,
so proud to
yeah,
being a Cuban American, and
yes,
I will defend this country,
of
USA,
course,
for the
of
rest of my
course.
life. Because
This is it.
imagine if I would have stayed behind. And even though I remember my sister and I didn't want to leave because we were young, she also had a sweetheart. She almost stayed behind. She was 16 and all that. And now she goes, "Oh my goodness, imagine if I would have stayed."
Yeah,
It would have been heartbreak for my parents. So
yes.
the great
But
thing
listen,
that all of
yeah,
us came together.
and you all stay together because you guys are amazing. You are a party family. You are full of energy and love and fun. You are a mother of two, a daughter and a father, a daughter and a son. What is it with me today with my parents? They must be here with me.
Of
Do you know?
course.
I don't know if you believe this, but I was doing a self tape, and then as I look back on it, and this has been happening time and time again, I see little orbs flying around me, little
Oh,
yellow
mm,
orbs flying
oh.
around me. Like they come in and they leave. And I've always thought that those are ghosts, that that is how they travel, the spirits. So if dad is here, mom, I don't know.
It happens. Believe me. Again, I lost my brother. It's going to be a year in June 5th. And I don't remember the passings of any of my, for some reason, because it was so unexpected. He was gone in 3 weeks. And there were so many things that happened. And it's been happening lately. I always think that he's on vacation. My daughter, I would say, "You are always on denial, mom. Go to therapy." No, no.
Oh.
That gives me
Yeah,
peace.
now let me touch
And
on
that's
that.
all I care.
Let me touch on that. You and your daughter is super best friends. Talk about that. What is
Oh my
that friendship between
goodness.
mother and daughter?
She is my best friend, but now she had become my mom. Because I'm still the Paloma, the crazy Paloma, the big energy, all that. We love each
Mhm.
other so much, so much. She's always been my best friend. She's the one who takes me out dancing, salsa dancing, and I always brag her. If you take me to a Floridita, I can say that. Okay.
Yes,
Shout
because
out,
you know
shout out to a Floridita.
well, the best thing would be is Floridita sponsored Entre Abuelitas.
Take me to a Floridita.
Get on that.
Uh,
Get on that, Paloma. Get on that.
Take me to a Floridita. She goes, "Okay, if you feed me." Okay, she loves Cuban food. Even though my husband is Mexican, she's half Mexican, but they always grew. I don't know why. Even my husband today, look at what happened.
Yeah,
I've been going to the same club since I was 15 years old, a Club Cubano de Monterrey Park. Today they have the mother and daughter tea, beautiful, beautiful tables that everyone, they buys and they set up. So my sister was in charge for that. It was
I know.
beautiful.
And
The
I know
men
she did.
serve.
I bet. And everybody had you out on the dance floor dancing your little heart out. But listen, Paloma, we're gonna cut down this story because I want to ask you something.
Okay.
If you could talk to the 15-year-old, forgive me, to the 15-year-old that came here, if you could talk to her now, what would you tell her?
Everything's going to be okay.
Oh,
That everything is going to be okay. Don't worry that no one sticks to you in high school, that you don't understand the language. that you will cry every day through your counselor. Bless you, baby.
Excuse me, I go a
Bless
few
you.
times. Thank you.
Bendiciones. That no one to help you in high school. That
Mhm.
no one wanted to help you because they saw you as a foreigner. I said, "Why you do? Don't I don't speak español." That everything was gonna be okay.
Everything is going to be okay. So you move on. You are a young woman. You finish high school. You go to college. As a matter of fact, we were talking about it. We both went to
Yes.
PCC, Pasadena City College. Hello, Pasadena. But
Yeah.
anyway, and then how do you get to be on stage singing with Juan Gabriel and sing a little bit of that song?
Okay. Well, oh my God, it's. I told you I met my husband. He was younger than me. He just became a friend, and he told me I'm reading a lot of songs, and but I never tell my parents because they don't want me to go through the singing and the artistic way. So, but I know you sing, so can I come over your home? And that was it. And then I started going to the club, singing his song, and we started. We recorded 345s back then.
A
One of the
demo? Yeah.
songs, frío y calor, cuando me besas. That was back then when he loved me. He was crazy about me, that boy.
He still is.
It's been 40 something years. Now,
Yeah, so
hija de tu. No, I'm just kidding. And then, eh, little by little, people started hiring us in nightclubs here. We went to Arizona and we went to a fair. And yes, I got to open, I think Selena was that day on the huge fair
my
in
God.
Arizona or in Texas. I don't know. I wish my husband would be here 'cause he will remember that. And yeah,
Mhm.
I got to open for, for Juan Gabriel before. I was going to sing 3 songs, and all originals, Lily, all originals. And people were asking
Did
for
your
more.
husband write them? Did your husband
Yeah,
write them?
they were all original songs. And
Uh,
people kept asking me, we have the tracks that he made them, and he had to come with the guitar. And we had un flamenco que he wrote for mi abuelita, Mercedes. Las
mhm.
penas que tú me has dado, ay, caray. And I had to sing that line. And someone said, no sé si fue verdad, que Juan Gabriel came out of his trailer. He goes, ¿y quién es esa? Okay, she's been singing now for quite a while. I'm next. Dicen las malas lenguas. I don't know if that was true or not, but anyway. And then we met him. I met him because my husband was in advertising and marketing company years after, and they took me to dinner. I wanted to go, and they said, Paloma, do not talk. Don't say you're a singer. Don't tell him you're an actress. Blah blah blah. Ay, mija. The moment we sat
Immediately
down,
you
he
said
sat
that.
next to me. The moment he sat next to me, the meeting was over.
That's
He
it.
was, I mean, all over. He just wanted to talk to me. We became great friends. He called me a couple of times. He sent me emails when I did Menopausia. Remember Menopausia el Musical at the
Yes, I
Montalban?
do.
He wanted
Yes,
to
I
come to
do.
see me. And then, it was just a wonderful relationship with Wanda.
So tell me, all this goes on. You become an actor. When did that happen?
I think I'm in acting all my life because in a Cuban club, I know. If not, ask my
Acting
dad.
up.
Used to every time he wanted to reprimand him for dancing too much. Dad, please let me explain to you. Yeah, I would say that. She was an actress as she was born. I was in ballet in Cuba. That's part of it, being an actress. The arts. I always loved the arts. But over here, I came and then I did some theater in college and also in high school, dance team and all that. And as I got older, because I started in 2000, actually, it's only been 26 years that I actually started doing a lot of acting. My son was a child actor. And I was
Oh.
going, I think it was in Teper Gallego. My God, I was in a long time ago. And I was going over the lines in Espanol. And the girl heard me say, would you like to come in and be a mom? Of course, I got to call back, but my son has brown eyes and dark skin. They didn't match me. with him. And the
Mm.
agency find out and they call me, but I was working back then. You have to be available. You have to have the
Mhm.
hours.
Yes.
Month after they were calling me and calling me and calling me, I decided, so I had a part-time job after, and I started doing it.
And let's
Commercials.
good, and we see you everywhere. You've
Not
even
really.
been
Not
you have
lately.
not lately for anybody,
And
Paloma.
you know what
Everything is so
happens lately? Because when I transfer from mama to tia to abuela,
that
la
was
abuela,
it. Bye-bye.
I got too much energy from being an abuela, which
I
is
was
okay.
just abuelitas have moved aside.
And look at my
We
hair color. Every time I get a call back,
Yeah.
that's all I see, your hair. And then
Yeah.
my eyes, my green eyes, which is okay. I've been very blessed. Very blessed. I cannot complain because remember, getting Albertsons, the whole it was a year and a half. I did like 10 commercials with them, radio and all that, and being this white with these green eyes. I remember going back to auditions and everyone that was light skin and green eyes and blue, they will hug me. I said, "You
Yeah.
finally broke." Oh, thank God they know that there's Latinas like us. I'm not kidding. It was always like that. So I've been
Yeah.
very blessed. So I
Of
can't
course.
complain. Can't complain.
No,
And I
not
love
at all.
musicals.
Now,
So I get
mamita.
to,
Oh, yes. You're just an amazing, versatile actress and performer. You're just a beautiful woman. And wherever you
um,
go, you just have that ray of sunshine that you leave behind. It's like a little, when a rainbow just drops all those little sparkles every time you leave a room that you just walk away, all those little sparkles of joy go right
I've
behind
been
you.
told that
Because you're,
before.
because you're just a sweetheart. You're just a very
Well,
nice
well,
lady.
thank you, Mama. I know, thank you. I know I can be too
She
much
goes, I
sometimes.
know, Lily, I know.
No, but at the same time, I think I can be too much sometimes. That I cannot help it. I cannot pick and choose who I'm gonna behave at that moment. When I go in, even when auditions, I come in and hey everybody, I don't care. I get say, oh God,
Listen, I
Paloma is
got
here again with her loud and and all that.
I have to tell you this. One day I walked into, not long ago, into out of the blue audition, out of the blue callback. I am there. And I don't know why, but I felt so grandmotherly with everyone sitting on those couches. As I look at them, I go, my God, you guys are so cute. And I know that's why I didn't get it. I was
You
like
already
totally,
flirting with your grandkids.
I
Ay, Dios
was
mío.
like, what? But
It
listen,
happens to me.
where,
It
where
happens to
you
me once on set, on a Honda commercial. The
uh-huh.
director said, Paloma, just to remind you that he's your son. My God, I flirted with
Wow.
it. Happened to me on set. That was so funny. They go, I'm not flirting. I'm just, talking to you. No, no, you're the mother. It was years ago.
Yeah.
I love it. We can't help it.
Oh, you
We have
can't
the
help
energy of,
help yourself. Well, in one of my past shows, I had this healer who you and I have talked about it, and she was mentioning how when we are women of a certain age, and then all of a sudden we just continue to be this joyful, happy person and want to dance and want to do things, is because somehow inside of us we stayed right where the trauma began.
oh my
So
God.
I can see you being that teenager again over and over and over again.
I know.
Palomita, if you have one piece of advice to every woman our age, what would you tell them?
Oh my goodness. I enjoyed every minute. And it might sound corny, but I do um live every day like it's gonna be my last day because I would have never thought my younger brother, only 64, he was gonna be gone in 3 weeks. And plus I always tell people, do you know what it took for you to be born? First of all, God allowed you to. And then that little egg and the millions of sperm to get together. And then your
Quite the
mother allowing
trajectory.
you to be born. And then you hear and you are complaining.
One in a million
No,
chance.
no, no. I gone through a lot of trials in my life. A lot of people think, oh, you're like that because you never. Oh, you have no idea, my darling, what I gone through, and now because what I went down in Cuba as an adult, many things. But no,
Uh-huh.
what I do, I leave everything to God. I cry.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I don't cry. Oh, I have cried, but I don't let that me be in the hole. Never. I get out of that sadness. It takes me maybe a day, couple of days. I'm going to be, honest, maybe a couple of days, but I'm done. I'm done because I am so grateful for life. And I don't say that very often because, the one up there has a very sense of humor and he's going to take me. And I don't want to because I love life. Did you hear that part? Did you
You
hear?
love life.
But you know what? Mhm. He's going, mucho, véngase. So, but
Okay.
I do.
Well, I hope that every woman who was listening was actually taking notes. Okay. If not, rewind the show because, yes, you need to be as happy and love life as much as Paloma. Palomita, muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you so much for being with us. People, don't go away because we have Paloma Morales en español. Así que no se vayan. And listen, mi Palomita. Hell! Colora! Yay! Now, mi Palomita, may life and God keep shining their light over you as you share your joy with the world.
I
Thank
love
you for
you.
showing up en Entre Abuelitas y por traernos so much alegría. Y a todos ustedes, amigos, to all of you, thank you again for being with us on Entre Abuelitas. Until the next time, it's been a joy. Thank you and take care of yourself. Adios. Buenas noches.